Hello, you're here with Rambo. This is Rambo's Tips. And today, for Daily News and COD, we're going to talk about Gary Lineker, mental health, and Jordan Peterson. Wow, that's a big fucking load, isn't it? We might not get there because, unbeknown to you, I just did this video already, and my fucking audio went off halfway through. Fuck off! Yeah, 40-minute video, which is probably lucky for you that I didn't have it all there, because you would have had to have sat through 40 minutes of me coming in your ears, which nobody wants. Yes, we're going to start off with Gary Lineker. Breaking news. Gary Lineker was basically challenged on Twitter as to, he's generally talking about refugees. He was challenged on Twitter to home one. And he responded by saying, yep, that's what I'm going to fucking do. I'm going to home some refugees in his £5 million mansion. So the first thing I'd like to say is fair play to Gary Lineker. I don't always agree with what he says, but it's good to see a man who has courage in his convictions. Refugees. It's a fucking shameful thing that we even have refugees, because if you think of what a refugee is, generally, it's somebody who has to leave the country where they're from to go to another country because the country they're currently from is probably at war. There's a danger to their life. It's a shithole. It's got mass economic problems. I mean, fuck it. The fact that we live in a world where there's refugees is fucking terrible. So I'm going to preface this by saying, probably not the right word to be fair, that I'm not a huge fan of immigration. I would like to live in a world where immigration wasn't necessary. And that world is only possible if we stop fucking bombing people's countries. If we stop allowing wars. If we stop inviting wars and going to wars. Refugees are created either by their government or ours. It's hard to turn around to somebody after you've bombed their country to the ground and say, yeah, but you're not allowed in our country. You stay there while we bomb you. I don't know. It's, you know, did we create terrorism, or was terrorism there before we created it, you know? Were there terrorists before we bombed the shit out of countries? I mean, I think there was, but it certainly wasn't the problem we have now, is it? So yeah, fair play, Gary. The cynic in me, and bear in mind, I would like to consider myself a liberal, but most people, I suppose it depends what side of the fence you're on, you know. I think I could admit I'm probably 20% gammon, 80% liberal, 20% gammon. The gammon in me says that it's going to be a publicity ploy, that Gary Lineker is going to get the nicest refugee you've ever seen. He'll probably get like a 14-year-old schoolgirl who gets straight A's, and not some hard-hitting rapist from Syria. But we'll see, won't we? We'll see what happens. Like I say, I am a cynic, and if I'm fucking wrong, I will say I'm wrong. So in a year's time, if Gary does get a refugee for Christmas, we will know what happened, won't we, surely? Like I say, listen, I'm a fucking cynic, you know. I think if I was giving Gary Lineker a refugee, I would give him literally, I'd be fucking background checking them motherfuckers like nothing. And that's where the problem comes, isn't it? It's, you know, is Gary going to get the same refugee that, you know, you or I would get if we also decided to home a refugee? Will the background checks be of the same quality? Because, I mean, we've all seen it, haven't we? Don't lie. We have all seen it, haven't we? Where you know, news story, refugees, you know, rape and slaughter, you know, young girl. You know, it's a story happens all over the world. Also the story is the, you know, English people rape and kill young girls as well. So do Germans. So do Polish people. You know, it's a problem. It's a problem all over the world, and obviously the media wants to ramp up some hysteria. So when a refugee does it, obviously they like to highlight the fucking shit out of it. But my point is, should we allow refugees in? Yes. Should they be checked? Yes. Should we try and fight terrorism? Yes. Should we stop bombing countries? Yes. I mean, there's so many nuances and variables, isn't there? And I think that's the problem with Twitter, is that you don't get to see the nuance or the variables, do you? It's just like, he's gammon! He's gammon! She's a libtard! She's a libtard! She's a feminist! It's very hard, very, very hard to see the nuance on Twitter. And I think that's why it's such a fucking toxic place, you know? Yeah, so let's see what happens. Personally, again, you know, I feel like I'm balanced on this, and people who are inherently on the left are going to say, you're a fascist, Rambo. And people on the right are going to say, you're a libtard, Rambo. It's very difficult these days to be balanced. And I think that's what we need more of. We need more balance. I have fallen down so many times. Don't know why, don't know where, don't care less, it's all the same. I have traveled through so many towns. So yeah, Gary Lineker, home in a refugee. Hope it all works out well. But as a civilization, let's try and you know, build a better fucking world so we don't need refugees. Not in that way, not like, oh yeah, we don't need you. We don't need no refugees. Like that, I don't mean it in that way. I mean, like, you know, people don't have to be refugees because the countries they're living in aren't at war. They're not getting bombed. They don't live under a dictator. They've got financial security and independence. So I can tell you one thing now. People think these immigrants, these refugees, are coming to the UK for money. And let me tell you now. Really? You couldn't pay me enough to live in fucking Grimsby. I can guarantee you, if a lot of these refugees, if their countries were nice places to live, they wouldn't fucking travel half the world to get a flat in Scarborough. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't their dream as a child. Oh god, yeah, one day I'd love to fucking move to Scunthorpe. And yeah, that's kind of, you know, we've all seen the rhetoric. Refugees coming over here taking my jobs. Oh really? You wanted to be fucking picking mushrooms, did you? That's what you wanted, was it? You are kidding me! Oh god. Shizzle my nizzle. That makes me want to be a fucking refugee. God, playing shit. Yeah, we're going to move on. Jordan Peterson. Or we talk about mental health first. Yeah, we'll talk about mental health first because it all links in. Mental health is a huge battle, especially during this lockdown. Been tough for a lot of fucking people, man. And, yeah, I think we've created a society where you look at it and people are only looking at, you know, everybody out there, everybody's happy apart from me, everybody's happy apart from me. Let me tell you, and this is what links in with Jordan Peterson, everybody is fucking swimming against the tide. Everybody's struggling, man. If you're out there and you're struggling, join the club, brother. You're with me, I'm with you, we're with everybody else. No matter what you see on Facebook, Instagram, TV, life is a struggle, and there is no greater example than of Jordan Peterson. People who don't know, Jordan Peterson is a novelist, psychologist, alt-right figure, seemingly. Hero to many. His book was a worldwide bestseller. You'll normally see him on YouTube clips of Feminist Gets Put in Her Place by Jordan Peterson. The book he wrote, 12 Rules for Life, was basically trying to show disenfranchised young men how to improve their lives. Admirable work. I, for one, quite like a lot of what Jordan Peterson says. So, and it's recently come out, Jordan Peterson is a chronic fucking smackhead. He's not a smackhead, but he was basically addicted to benzodiazepines. There is a backstory to it. Briefly, his wife got cancer. He was struggling a little bit. His doctor said, listen, get on these, you'll be fine. He takes them for about a year. And then when he tries to come off them, he has massive withdrawal symptoms that basically nearly kill him. There is a massive overprescription of drugs in Europe and in America. But the fact that Jordan Peterson, who you would think, clinical psychologist, author, millionaire, hero to many, the fact that he can be a fucking total mess shows we're all the same. Nobody out there, honestly, you see people on their fucking best days. You don't see them on the worst days, you know? There was a guy recently, God, I shouldn't really bring it up because I can't remember the guy's name. He was a comedian who was it was an early start for Britain's Got Talent, like a prelim guy. And he just died. Alcoholism and organ failure. I mean, honestly, look at is it Ant or Deck? one of them's a fucking chronic loser pisshead. And when I say that, I mean that in the nicest possible terms, in the fact that same as me, same as you, same as everybody, you know. Mental health it affects everybody, and money can't change that. Being famous can't change that. Being a footballer doesn't change that. We're in a very curious situation, humanity is, because we're intelligent enough to know that we're conscious. But we're not intelligent enough to understand why we're conscious. Nobody really knows why we're here, do they? We're in a fucking rock, floating through space. And nobody knows why we're here. So, of course, that is quite fucking scary, isn't it? I feel like I want to get this a little bit close to this guy first. Oh, God. Oh, look at this. Shotguns me. I've had a terrible morning today on this game. So apologies if you're here for the Call of Duty and not for the talk about mental health and Jordan Peterson and Gary Lineker. But yeah, it was some pretty poor gameplay this morning. There's a big thing, and I think it's the duality of man. We seem to be looking at things recently in black and white. All good, all bad. All happy, all sad. Nobody is all good and all bad. Nobody is all happy or all sad. Now, I think the thing is that to take away from that is you just have to try and do the best you can. That's all you can do. Do the best you can, people. If you're having a bad day, Don't let it rule your life. If you're having a good day, enjoy it, you know? One of the things that people always say to me, and I might have said this previously on a previous episode, Rambo, why are you always happy? If you actually heard how many times people say that to me. And I'll tell you exactly why. I'm not saying I've got the key to eternal happiness. I haven't. But when something bad happens, honestly, I don't think about it for too long. I don't let it eat me up. But when something good happens, no matter how good it is, I really enjoy it. And I don't know whether that's a perspective thing or a luck thing. A lot of people say that a lot of comedians are completely fucking mental or have had a real kind of rough life. And I'm not going to play that card. Oh, you know, I've had a rough life card. But I have. You know, I was adopted at 8 years old. Never met my real father. Got issues from that, obviously. But, I mean, I'm 41 and I'm always happy, pretty much. And I think it's a perspective thing. Tiny things make me really happy. If you want to see how happy I get after a Call of Duty win. Ah, bollocks. I was hoping to get him. Yeah, a tiny little Call of Duty win, for some people, is like, you know, they don't... Actually, I take that back. Everybody fucking loves a Call of Duty win. This is going to end in tears. I'm absolutely fucking certain of it. That guy had his fucking loadout already. Are you kidding me? Fuck you, motherfucker. I got out of dodge. All I really want, though, is a safe fucking place to get a loadout drop. Yeah, a bit of a weird episode this, isn't it, really? Because obviously I'm talking about some deep fucking issues, you know? And regardless of that... Oh, come on, mate. Fuck off so we can both get a loadout. Arsehole. I mean, we're both playing the fucking same game here, aren't we? Oh, this fucking arsehole. Right, it doesn't matter. I'm going to fuck it off. Yeah, black and white, man. Do I want a loadout? I mean, I'm more... Yeah. I get this loadout, and I probably would have got one anyway in about 3 minutes' time, but still. Oh my word, I'm playing so bad. I'm playing so bad. He's pumped me, look. What's he using? Just a kilo, look. Just a kilo, and he's fucking diddled me. Alright, thanks for watching. This was episode 7. Jordan Peterson, mental health. Yeah, Gary Lineker, refugees. At least he got 2 kills. Thanks for watching. See you all shortly. God bless. Take care. See you in the next episode.